Buenos dias, Reseller Party People. It is Monday morning. I'm going to take you through some of my sales from over the weekend. Went out and did some thrifting at a good local Goodwill here. So I'm going to take you through some of the stuff I bought and going to take you through some of the things that are on deck getting ready to be listed. So let's get to it. Okay, rocking the pineapples today, feeling pretty good. The first things I want to go through are some of the things I picked up at our local Goodwill down here in Orange County. First one I found is for Broke the Mouth Grinds Bar and Grill. This is a restaurant in Kona, Hawaii, and Adobo on board is on the front, and then the bar's logo and everything on the back. Pretty cool. The shirt's in great condition. I mean, looks barely even worn. So picked this up for I think $1.99, something like that. Next shirt I found is a Red Hot Chili Peppers t-shirt. I don't think it's a concert tee. It has Red Hot Chili Peppers as the manufacturer. I don't know. I've never been to a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert, so I don't know if their t-shirts say that. I know a lot of times, like I bought my wife a Foo Fighters t-shirt that was very similar, manufactured by Foo Fighters or something like that, and it was sold at Target. So I don't know if this is a authentic concert tee or like just a retail t-shirt like you get at Hot Topic or something. I don't know. But anyway, I got it for, I think it was $2.99 and it was 50% off. So basically $1.50 for this t-shirt. A Brian Eno t-shirt, also in great shape. Again, hoping to price this one out somewhere like, somewhere between 15 and 20 bucks, including shipping, something like that. Next shirt I picked up is a New York Mets t-shirt. It's kind of a vintage style where it looks like it's factory distressed, but it's a newer manufacturer. That's the manufacturer, 47, and it's kind of they've got their logo down at on the bottom seam also. So you can tell it's made to look like a vintage tee, but it's not really. This is a size medium. Probably gonna price this around 10 bucks, something like that. Now for my one big money item. This is the pièce de résistance. My wife actually found this and she was like, yeah, I don't know. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That is a must buy. This is the cat. I think the official title for this shirt is Lightning Cat, I think, just from what I've been able to find online. And it's an all over graphic. It's the entire shirt. It's not just front and back, but it's the entire shirt, sleeves. I just thought it was awesome. How can you not buy that? This was actually the most expensive thing I bought at $7. And it's kind of a stretchy, like a lycra, something. Has a hem on the bottom. Let's see what this thing's made out of. 88% polyester, 12% elastane. So I don't know what the hell elastane is, but this was in the women's section. But hey, I would call this unisex. Anybody could wear that. Anybody could wear that. And it looks to me to be about a large, probably a unisex size large. There's no inside tag, so I don't know who the manufacturer is, and I don't know what the official size is. So I'll have to measure that and put that all down in the listing. But anyway, Lightning Cat. You gotta go to the store and grab this. I'm probably gonna price this somewhere between like 25 and 30 bucks because it's just awesome in its awesomeness. So go grab it. So the first thing I listed this weekend is this awesome ukulele starter kit in this beautiful pink tone for the beginning ukulele player who's very secure in his manhood, or your young daughter, whoever wants to learn how to play ukulele. It's pretty cool. Nylon string, wood, and comes with a really cool gig bag and a starter pack that has a strap, clip-on digital tuner, which is pretty awesome, spare picks, and a instruction songbook kind of teaching you how to play is all in this cool little bag. So, and again, this is brand new. It's in an open box. And the company that makes this ukulele is IECO. It's IECO. And again, brand new, open box, perfect condition, ready to go. Never been played except for by me, right there, which I don't know how to play very well. I also listed a whole bunch of records over this weekend too, and just grabbed a few just to kind of show you the wide variety of stuff that goes up on my store. First thing I'll show you is Aha's breakout album, Hunting High and Low, in excellent condition. As I go through boxes, it always amazes me because when I had the store, I bought collections of things. And it seemed like just about everybody had one or two sealed records that were never opened. So this is one of those. The metal band, hair metal band, Autograph, and it's sealed old stock. It has a small saw cut right there, if you can see that. But mint condition, other than, I shouldn't say mint condition, because it has a little bit of shelf wear, because it's been boxed up and, just got a little bit of rounding on the corners, but it's still sealed. Vinyl is going to be mint condition, and say the cover's VG Plus to near mint, except for that saw cut. Next thing that got thrown up on my eBay store over the weekend is a copy of the Beatles. And this one's an interesting one. It's a VJ release. So as with all VJ releases, if you don't know out there, VJ just historically had a problem with counterfeiting and bootlegging, as Capitol Records was trying to basically destroy them, allegedly. I don't know if that was ever proven 100%, but that's the story, is that VJ had the rights to the Beatles here in the US and Capitol wanted it. And so as the story goes, Capitol allegedly bootlegged a ton of VG pressings to just flood the market with them and basically force VJ out of business. So whenever you buy a VJ release, you always have to research it. I am no expert, and anytime I list anything from VJ, I try and research as much as I can to verify whether it's counterfeit, bootleg, or an official release. This one, it's hard to say. It has the black labels with the silver text on the labels. The sleeve is songs and pictures of the fabulous Beatles, but as you can see on the label, it's introducing the Beatles. So I have no idea whether this is an official release or not. I'm assuming. I think it's the better percentage that it's not, but in the listing, I just call it out as is, and I state, hey, VJ has historically been bootlegged and counterfeited. I list all the matrix numbers on the dead wax and all that. So I'll leave it up to the buyer to research that and basically just list, this is what it is, this is all the matrix numbers and catalog numbers, and there you go. And I put it up, I think, at auction starting at $10, and we'll see where that ends up. Record I listed on my eBay store is a copy of Dave Brubeck's Greatest Hits. This is another record that just played great, and I believe it's a reissue. It's a stereo reissue, and the sleeve's in great shape, and the record played excellent. Elvis Presley's Harem Scarum soundtrack, another record that just played incredible. The sleeve is in excellent shape, other than it has some of that infamous tape that people love to use. I don't know what time period, maybe the 70s, when everybody seemed to like to put their names on their records with this tape. And then it also had a little bit of tape residue down here at the bottom. But the record played great, sleeves in great shape. I put this up Sunday morning for $10 plus shipping, so $14 total. And this already sold. This sold immediately, so actually I'll be shipping this out today. So going from Elvis to 70s rockers Heart and the Wilson Sisters, and this is a reissue of Dog and Butterfly, and the only dates on this release is 1978, but that's the original release of the album. So I know that's not correct because this sleeve has a barcode on it, and barcodes didn't happen, I don't believe, until 1980. So I know this was reissued sometime in the 80s, but I couldn't find any more information about it on Discogs or anywhere else. So just put it as an 80s reissue. This one's in great shape, VG to VG plus playability, and the sleeve is a VG plus or higher for sure. So that one is up on my site. Go grab it. One of the cooler things I found going through boxes over the weekend, trying to find stuff to test and list, is I found a small group of about 5 or 6 records from Miles Davis, and a couple I tested and unfortunately skipped. So I'm going to try and clean those up and take another run at it. Like problems with like 2 or 3 records, like it played great, and then like one track it would skip. So I'm going to see if I can clean those up and fix those skipping issues. This one, on the other hand, played pretty well all the way through. Pretty hard to find. It's a Miles Davis and the Jack Johnson soundtrack. I don't know if it's like a real movie or if they just... The feeling I get is they just created a soundtrack in remembrance of the boxer Jack Johnson. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, this is a pretty hard to find record. Played VG, no skips, but had some surface noise, and every once in a while had some pops. But if you don't need a pristine copy and you're looking for something that plays very good, this would be the one. On the sleeve, it's got some, as you can tell, it's got some ring wear and some shelf wear. And then the bottom of the sleeve, there's a little bit of moisture damage, and it looks like it caused the glue to release. So it's not really a seam split so much as the seam just kind of pulled away. So that can probably be repaired because it's not split through the bottom, it's just separated. So all in all, pretty good condition. That one is up right now. I am running this because you can see prices all over the place for this Miles Davis album. So I started it as an auction starting at $10 plus shipping. So if you're interested in some Miles Davis cool jazz music, you can go to my eBay store and bid on that sucker. Then the last album I'll show you that I listed this weekend is a copy of Steely Dan's Asia. This is an original release from '77. The gatefold sleeve. It does not have the inner. The original owner replaced the inner sleeve with a poly-lined audiophile sleeve. Obviously took good care of the record. Record plays VG to VG plus. Sleeve is in VG shape. It's got some light ring wear and some shelf wear, especially on the corners. So I graded the sleeve VG, but a really nice copy of this album on my store. You can go grab it. Then the last thing I wanted to show you as far as listings, this is one that's on deck. I just finished testing it over the weekend, And this is one, I was going through a box, and this was actually a return that I had sold. It's a 2015 pressing, so I'm assuming I sold it in 2015. It came back to me, and I must have just put it to the side to take a look at. The reason it had come back to me is it's a 180 gram reissue of the real thing. And the reason it got returned is, see, label, no label on the B side of the first record. So it's got the side 1 label, no side 2 label. And at the time I sold this, I had multiple copies of this album, so the person returned it and exchanged it for another one. So I didn't have to refund them any money, they just wanted to exchange it because of that problem. So I tested it just to make sure this thing played great. The vinyl itself looks flawless, because I don't even know if that person I sold it to even played it. They just returned it and exchanged it. So I tested it. My assumption is it's been played once, maybe a couple of times. The only imperfection is it's missing that side B label, which I don't know. That's a pressing plant screw up for sure right there. But other than that, this is the 180 gram double LP reissue of Faith No More, the real thing, and this will be going up on my store. Let me show you some of the stuff that's shipping out today. I have, I think, a total of 9 or 10 things I've got to get packaged up and out of here. I will show you some of the more interesting ones. Okay, so first thing I sold is a pair of Levi's khakis, and these were actually my personal khakis from my corporate days. I probably wore these on business casual days. But anyway, they're in great shape. They cost me nothing because they were mine. And sold these for, I think, $14, including shipping. And those will be going out today. Next thing is a cassette tape. This is a kind of a obscure heavy metal compilation cassette that was also my personal item. I did not go source this. This was mine. I bought probably in my early 20s on a road trip. I think I bought this at a truck stop somewhere, traveling between California and Utah, or California and Vegas, or something like that. And I stopped in a gas station, truck stop or something, and saw this and grabbed it to listen to on my journey. So so I've had this for probably 20 plus years. But anyway, so this has been up. I've had this on my store for a while, and it just sold for, I think, about $8, including shipping, and it is out of here. This was another piece of sealed old stock that I've had listed on my eBay store for quite some time, I think over a year. And like I said, sealed old stock, so mint condition album. Sleeve is in pretty much near mint condition, other than, I know it's got a saw cut on here somewhere. Yeah, really small saw cut. I don't know if you can see that with the glare, but there's a really small saw cut right there. And that's the only imperfection in this album, other than it's previously been displayed for sale. So it's got a little bit of rounded corners maybe, but someone just got a great deal. I know throughout the course of this this record's journey, I priced it probably like around $18 to start, and just over time I've just lowered it and lowered it and lowered it, and I think a month or two ago I lowered it down to $10 plus shipping, so $14. And it finally sold, so this will be getting out of here. Then the last one, which is kind of well, the last one I'll show you, which is kind of a sad story. Riot, Fire Down Under, great metal album, and it played great, and so it should be a record that would sell for in between, $18 and $30, because it's pretty hard to find. But this one just had a little, I won't even show it to you because it's so minor. It just had a little bit of dishing, which is, as opposed to warping where the record kind of rolls, dishing is where the record just kind of has a little curl up. It makes it a little concave around the edges like a dish. And this one is so slight, but I didn't notice it even when I was cleaning the record, but when I put it on the turntable, that's kind of when I noticed that the outer lip was kind of more raised on one side, obviously. Then you flip it over and it goes the other way. Didn't affect play at all as far as I could tell, but I couldn't price it, you know, like a rare top-notch album. I mean, if this thing wasn't, it played great, but if it didn't have the dishing, I would have listed that thing for probably 20-25 bucks. But because it did, I ran it as an auction. I think I started it at $1.99, something like that, plus shipping, and it ended up selling, I believe, for $8, including shipping. So I think it sold for $4 or $5 plus shipping. So $8 or $9. So someone's going to be very happy because it's going to play great, and they got a pretty hard to find metal album for a great price. So they will be happy. Little Saturday morning breakfast. Pancakes. Food of the gods. Alright, so first record I am packaging up today that's sold is Scandal featuring Patti Smythe, and classic 80s album there. This sold for $7 including shipping, and we'll be getting that out of here. Next album that's sold today is some classic psychedelic rock from Iron Butterfly, featuring the what is it is the 19-minute version of In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida live, and great album if you're into that kind of stuff. And this album didn't grade real high. I graded it a VG. It had a few pops on it, no skips or anything while I was playing it, but it had some light surface noise and a few pops here and there. So I graded it VG, so I didn't really price it too high. It sold for $6.50 including shipping. So there you go, some Iron Butterfly live with the 19-minute version of In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Gotta love it. And the last record that's sold that I'm shipping out today is classic pop punk band NoFX, who are always great for a good album title. 22 songs that weren't good enough to make it on our other records. Every album they put out has a great title. And I actually think it says it's 22 songs, but I think there's actually 23 songs on here or something like that. I remember there was something funny about it. So anyway, this just sold for 17 bucks including shipping, so it will be on its way out to a new home. Enjoy, because I deal with a lot of records, and every record that I have I keep in these clear sleeves. Every record I sell, as long as it will fit in here, I always put in a clear sleeve before I ship it out, so it shows up real nice to the customer. I also sell them because I can buy them in huge quantities. So I sell them in brand new sealed retail packs on my store, but because I use them, I have open packages. They're brand new, but I open them to use them. So just to kind of give a cheaper option out there for people that want to buy sleeves, but maybe they don't have 100 records they want to put sleeves in, or they don't want to spend 17 bucks on a pack of 100. So I sell smaller quantities of 25 for like $9. I think it works out to like $9 or $8.50. I think it's $8.50. I sell a smaller quantity of 25 sleeves. There's no packaging. I just count out 25 sleeves. Then I throw them into a poly envelope. I put a really thin piece of chipboard in there to keep them flat so they don't get creased, unless you have a real dick of a postman and he totally folds this in and creases your sleeves. But I put a chipboard in there to keep it flat, and you'd have to press pretty hard to crease these sleeves. So that's the way I ship them out. The final weight ends up being like 10 or 11 ounces. So they ship out for like $4, something like that. And like I said, I think I charge $8.50 for this pack of 25 sleeves. So, all right, that's about it for this video. I'm just sitting outside, enjoying the brisk evening air in Southern California, getting ready to go crash out for the night. But thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.